Hey folks, here Rachana Ranade here, and I welcome you all to yet another Thursday live stream. Last live stream I did not conduct the 20th of March, no, 20th of February, sorry. I was enjoying in Kerala. I was with my family. So just wanted to stay in a holiday mode for 2-3 days. So that was the reason why I didn't do the live stream. But here we are after a 1 week gap. So today, I hope those who were tracking the market today, you might have seen a big bhuchal or a big price movement, I can say, in one space, and that was wires and cables. So uh, first I'll give you a clue. Let me see how many of you can answer this in the comment section. A lot of stocks in the wires and cables segment today fell by crazy, some by 5%, some by 10%, some by more than 15% also. And in that case, when I started to see the news that why are all these stocks falling down, I came up with a news. I mean, came across a news which mentioned that there is a very renowned company which is now planning to enter the wires and cable segment. Kya baat hai? Chandrasekhar has immediately given the answer. It's UltraTech Mayhem. Perfect. That's a perfect answer. UltraTech. Vikas has also given the correct answer. UltraTech entry. So let's understand what happened, and then we'll try and understand. Yes, absolutely. Aditya Birla Company, UltraTech. Yes, good, getting correct answers right away. So what has happened is that basically UltraTech Cement announced that they are going to enter the wires and cable space. Now they very clearly mentioned that when they analyzed this whole space of wires and cables, they said that they found it very interesting. Because they have also mentioned about the overall CAGR that the company has witnessed in the wires and cable space. So the CAGR for this industry between 19 to 24 came out to 13%. And they believe that overall outlook of this whole space also remains very robust. And that's why they believed that, yes, this was a very attractive opportunity for even new trusted players to enter into this segment. And the company has mentioned that they believe that this proposed entry in the sector is likely to be a value accretive to its shareholders. So all in all, let's understand what could happen now. See, if UltraTech, now that they have announced they enter this space, this can be a classic case of disruption. Okay, if you remember, a very similar thing happened in the paint segment also, almost like 6-8 months or a year ago, whatever. The moment a big player enters into a specific segment, they're going to disrupt that space. They will ideally cut down selling prices, maybe offer discounts, whatever. A challenge will definitely be given to the existing players, big players in the market. So it was very, very logical that other stocks which are related into the wires and cable segment, which are very renowned players in this segment, they will definitely see some sort of negative impact, and that's what happened. So if I were to just name few stocks, be it Polycab India, be it Havels, be it KEI Industries, be it Dynamic Cables, Finolex Cables, RR Kabel, all saw sharp declines today. So this was very well logically taken that yes, because a big player is entering into wires and segment space, wires and cable space, the existing players stocks are going to see a negative impact. That was very logical. What I had not understood when I read the news, I mean, when I got to know about the news, when I read the heading, I was like, seriously, UltraTech Cement is also down today. So I was not understanding that if UltraTech Cement is going to enter a new space, why should it see a negative sentiment, or why should it get a backlash? Now, what happened? I'll share my screen so that you also get to know with figures. I've just mentioned it here. So I read some brokers like Citi, Jefferies, CLSA. They have mentioned that UltraTech brand's positioning right now is not fitting the overall. So let me put it this way: whatever UltraTech's brand position has been till date, that doesn't fit well with the overall context right now. So let me just discuss this a little bit more into detail. Okay, so till now UltraTech Cement has positioned itself as one of the number one players in cement, and they position themselves as like proper cement player, that's it. Okay, and they're not into anything else kind of a story. Now, the moment they say that, okay, we are into cement, we are also into wires and cables, what do shareholders fear? Shareholders fear that, oh, if their business focus shifts, right now they're focusing only and only on cement. Now, if they enter wires and cables and their focus shifts, could there be a possibility that efficiencies could possibly drop, which could possibly lead to lower profit margins or whatever? This can be a potential fear, and that could have been one of the reasons why the stock saw some short term pressure today. In fact, the company has also mentioned that they are going to invest a lot of money. Exactly, I'll share the screen so that even I have not by hearted the number. Uh, it's 1,800 crores ka capex that they are going to do over the next 2 years. And obviously, what will it have an impact on? It will reduce the free cash flows by 13% over the next 2 years. And obviously, it is going to put a short-term pressure on what? Companies' financials, right? So that could be one of the reasons why the stock reacted negatively. Jeffries believes, so again, one of other stockbrokers, they believe that the decline was an overreaction, and they believe that they should not have happened. CLSA said that UltraTech will focus more on wires rather than cables. But again, they said that overall, because of the competition in the industry will increase, that can impact the profitability in the longer run. Okay. So all in all, I hope you have understood about this news about UltraTech. Let me just wrap this up for you one more time. It says that UltraTech will now enter the wires and cable space. Obviously, because of which all the existing players in the wires and cable space today saw a big bashing in their stock prices. What happened with UltraTech? UltraTech also came down today, almost I think 4-5% down. Reason, when I tried to understand the reason for that, it was mentioned that the brand positioning right now for UltraTech is something like this, that they are purely and purely into cement, but now there'll be a dilution. They'll also be into cement plus into wires and cables. And maybe some people believe that this may lead to shift in focus, and which could then hamper the management efficiencies, because of which the stock saw a negative reaction. Okay. Now, so this was one key news point that I wanted to tell you all. Second news, if you have read about this is about the latest RBI NBFC circular, because of which NBFC stocks came into news. Now, what did the circular mention? The circular mentioned that there will be a relaxation in risk weights on bank lending to the sector from 125% to 100%. So, I mean, of course, I'm not going to run you through the entire circular. I'll tell you two highlight points of that. What does it say? That if the lending is being done by banks to NBFCs, or let's say we are talking about NBFCs which are giving loans to microfinance category, there they are going to reduce the risk weights. Okay, so let's take this case only. NBFCs are going to give loans, or banks are going to give loans to microfinance category. Now, what has RBI said? That they're going to reduce the risk weight from 125% to 100%. I'll tell you in very simple words. What is the impact of reduction in risk weights? It means that now bank or NBFC will have to keep lesser money aside. If they are reducing risk weights, is equal to they have to reduce the money that has to be kept aside. Now, if I say reduce the money which is to be kept aside, is equal to they'll be able to lend more. And if they are going to lend more, if they will be able to lend more, will it be a good sign for NBFCs and banks, or will it be a bad sign for NBFCs and or banks? Please quickly let me know in the comment section. Very, very simple question I'm asking. For those who want to have one more wrap quickly, as I said, the circular is by RBI. It's for banks and NBFCs who are giving loans to, let's say, microfinance companies. They said that the risk weights will now reduce from 125% to 100%. Now, if the risk weights reduce, it means that banks or NBFCs will have to keep less money aside. Keeping less money aside is equal to they'll be able to lend more. If they will be able to lend more, is it a good sign or a bad sign? And I started getting answers very, very quickly. Oh God. Okay. Phil bhi I'll fatafat show the correct answers. Good. Kya baat hai? Okay. So many people have given the correct answer. That's it. Okay. What is he saying? Viraj is saying depends. They will get good returns, but their safe money will be at risk. Arre, nahi. How is that possible? See, their safe money will be at risk. They will give loans only based on the due diligence that they'll be doing, right? So don't say otherwise. They'll whatever money they have, even if they keep it in safe, that is not going to serve the purpose. Their entire business is to borrow money and to lend money. right? So, or take deposits and lend money. So it's not going to be that will not be the analysis. Their money will, you can't say that because they lend their money will be at risk. Of course, that's why they will do due diligence and then only they'll give the loans, right? So that's how it will work. I hope you have understood the key point here, right? So I hope this point is clear. Is it a good time to buy UltraTech? Will not and cannot mention about that. But always remember that whenever we see a knee-jerk reaction, that's what I've seen in the past. Okay, this is not only about UltraTech, this is about any stock. If there is a knee-jerk reaction because of some news impact, we have to really try and see, has it really impacted the fundamentals or not? Now, if I were to think about UltraTech, how will I try and think about it? First of all, I'll do a fundamental analysis, whether their profitability is good or not, whether their balance sheet is well placed or not. Number three, I'll try and see that if they're really going to enter into wires and cables, agreed that their free cash flow will reduce, but how much top line addition is possible because of this? See, I'm sure management would have also calculated something like a fixed asset turnover ratio. Okay, so I'll teach a new term today, fixed asset turnover ratio. What do I mean by this? If the fixed asset turnover ratio of a company is 2, okay, it means that if they're investing 100 rupees in fixed assets, they're able to generate 200 rupees worth of revenue. Again, important concept, everyone pay attention. What do I mean by fixed asset turnover ratio? If a company is able to invest 100 rupees in fixed asset and if they are able to generate 200 rupees because of that, then I will say the fixed asset turnover ratio of that company is 2. Let me just, now that, man, you have just triggered my thinking now. I'll take you on screener and let's check what is the fixed asset turnover ratio of UltraTech Cement. Okay. अरे बापरे, आता ह्याच्यात कुठे शोधायचं, एकच मिनिट. Fixed asset turnover. नाही? They don't have fixed asset turnover ready. Asset turnover, see. Asset turnover ratio or fixed asset turnover ratio, same. 0.74. Now, what does this mean? It means that if they are able to invest, not able to invest, if they invest 1 rupee in assets, they're able to generate 74 paisa of revenue. Okay, or if they are investing 100 rupees in assets, they're able to generate 74 rupees of revenue. That is the meaning of 0.74 ka fixed asset turnover ratio. So logically tell me, now what will I calculate? What will I calculate? Tell me logically. If I were to do fundamental analysis of UltraTech Cement, now with whatever fixed asset addition that they have decided, how much can be the additional revenue that they can generate because of this? Now, of course, the current fixed asset turnover ratio will be for cement business that they have right now. So what I will also try to do is, what is the fixed asset turnover ratio for Polycab is also what I will check, so that I'll get a benchmark for their industry as well. Here the asset turnover ratio is 1.68. Let's check for KEI also. KEI Industries is 1.92. Okay, fair enough. Okay, let's also check for Finolex cables. Greater than 1 for sure in all three examples that we took. So what does it mean? That if UltraTech Cement is going to put, let us say, I forgot again that number, let's say 1,800 crores, then utna to additional revenue ideally they should be able to generate based on the fixed asset turnover calculation. Okay, if that be so, additional fixed assets versus, exactly, Pushkar, actually chartered accountant Saab has immediately pitched in and has given a correct answer. Addition to fixed assets versus addition to sales. So more additional fixed assets, you create additional sales, how much is going to be generated. So I'll check that. Then what will I check? Because of this additional revenue, what is their operating profit margin? What is their net profit margin? How much revenue could be added to that company? If I feel that all these things are in place, then you have to understand that this is not a negative sign for the stock per se. Okay, so this is just a way to look at things. What you can, of course, everyone has their own style of doing analysis. Definitely do check your own way whether it suits you or not. I just taught you a way to think, how to think a fixed asset turnover ratio. What does that mean? Through that, how can you calculate a potential increase in revenue, a potential increase in profitability? That's what I actually tried to tell you. Hope you have understood this point. Okay. Kya baat. Hemanji has sent a cute super sticker. Thank you, Hemanji. But the super sticker is on YouTube, and right now it's not allowing me to show that. I don't know why, so I just showed it from here only. Okay. With that, let's go on to our final discussion is about Nifty. Nifty, to kya everyone knows right now, Nifty is taking support at 22,500. Okay. If you see here, this low was also 22,518. Yesterday, the low 22,513, and today's low 22,508. It's absolutely hovering around that 22,500 mark. Let's see tomorrow how much or where are we headed. Whether we take some support here or not, it's now just time will tell. But anyways, our 21,800, which is our ultimate target, worst case scenario. How far are we from there? 3.11%. Okay, okay, chalo. We still have to be more and more patient. Don't lose faith. I know. If I hope you have seen my latest YouTube video. If you have not, please watch it. Pooja, if you can just share the link of my latest YouTube video. In that, I've talked about how this has happened in like more than 26 years, that we are closing in red for 5 months back to back. This is not something which has happened very frequently. So it's not very encouraging. I totally agree on that. But don't worry. Are they saying hum honge kamyab ek din? Absolutely. It just can't go down to zero. Everyone knows that. And I still feel that few more 2, 3, 4 months of patience, maybe one more quarterly results ka patience we may have to have, post which I think we are I get that feeling of we being close to bottom. Worst case scenario, I think one more quarterly result is what we'll have to wait, post which we should see some sort of bottoming out and some sort of reversal is what I truly believe. But I'll be talking more on this in absolute detail with data points. For those who have attended my Har Ghar Investor in Mumbai, I had discussed about that in my Mumbai event. Bangalore people, sorry, I have some bad news for you. I had in my mind that I was going to do one session of Har Ghar Investor in Bangalore in March, but I could not get an auditorium of a big size that I wanted. I wanted a capacity of minimum 800 for Bangalore. But maybe the time and the date that I wanted to do this as a part of Women's Day celebration, maybe we were a bit late in approaching the auditoriums. For Women's Day, Saturday, Sunday, all the bigger auditoriums were booked is what we got to know. But I really wanted to do Har Ghar Investor live event as a part of Women's Day celebration, but was not possible in Bengaluru. Oh, Chandrasekhar, thank you. He has offered help. Maybe next month is you can just drop your number on our office WhatsApp 90221966678. Just tell that you can help for Bangalore. But because we did not get any auditorium in Bangalore, but I wanted to do something on Women's Day. Mashallah kai. Hi, apple home ground Pune. So one more time, I'm coming live in Pune for the Har Ghar Investor event. This is going to be a part of Women's Day special. Of course, it's open for all. It's not like open only for women. But why Women's Day special? I'm going to have a separate part where I'm going to focus only on how should women start their investment journey. Okay. So it's going to be a 2-hour session. Timings and all, Pooja, if you can just paste in the comment section as well. 11 to 2:30. But first half will be on mastering money management. Second half will be purely on different types of mutual funds this time, and also on stock market, current market position, my targets for next 2 years. All these things we are going to discuss in Pune event. And last time, for those who know, Pune event had gotten sold out in 3 days. So those who are really wanting to come for the Pune event, I want all of you to come there. It'll be my pleasure as well to see you all live. I would want to see you in person. So anyone who is wanting to come for the Pune event, that's the Google form link that I'm giving right now. Book My Show people have delayed the hosting of our event. It should have been hosted before our live stream, but I think it will get hosted after our live stream, maybe later tonight or maybe tomorrow early morning. Anyone who fills in the Google form, just name, mobile number, email ID. My team will just contact you, and they will share that yes, the tickets are live now. Because if you want to have proper front seats, middle rows, so you'll just have to hurry up. Okay, as I said last time, the tickets got sold out in 3 days. Ranjit ji saying, please be gender neutral. I am always gender neutral, Ranjit ji. But for a fact, I acknowledge, and I hope everyone will acknowledge, that the confidence of men when it comes to investing is way higher as compared to confidence of women when it comes to investing. I'm talking about the percentage and probability. So out of 100 people, if you ask about, if you check the confidence level, I'm sure number of men who are confident when it comes to investing in stocks and mutual funds, percentage wise, men will be more confident as compared to women. I've seen that firsthand. I've been discussing about this since 2011. So I'm pretty much sure on what statement I'm making. So on 9th of March, the session that I'm going to take, why I want those 15-20 minutes, it's more of a confidence booster, because it's not about the ability to take investment decisions. That's not what is stopping them. It's just a mental block, a mental barrier which stops them from taking those decisions, from being that much confident. That is what I want to break on that day. So anyone who is wanting to come for the Pune event, would definitely request to bring along female members in your family, your mom, your sister, your better half, maybe your friend. But yes, get them along, and we'll together ensure that women also become more confident when it comes to investing. That's our goal for the 9th of March session. So it's going to happen at Anna Bhau Sathe Sabhagruha. It's a fantastic auditorium, and I'm sure you'll love attending the session. So please don't forget to check out the Google form. The link is there in the description and in the comments. I'm sure there are a lot of people who are watching on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram. For Instagram people, I will pin this Google form link in my bio. I'll put the link in my bio so that you can also access it. And anyone who wants to enroll for the upcoming session, just fill in your details. My team will get back to you, right? All right. Any questions now? Coming to questions. So Niju is saying, but men in Bangalore also are waiting for your event. I know. I think post Pune, it has to be Bangalore. Now I have Chandrasekhar also, who is telling that he will help me with Bangalore auditoriums also. Ooh. Naman is saying, hello ma'am, my portfolio is still green. Should I book profit or buy more? Okay. Very interesting question. First of all, I'm sure many of you might be like, really? His portfolio is still in green? And asa kasa kai moment, I'm sure for a lot of people. I am now really, I was controlling myself, but I can't control myself anymore. I think we should have a live poll for this, that how many people's portfolio is still in green. So I'm taking this poll. Is your portfolio still in green? Yes, no, and I'm starting the poll. Let's see how many people whose portfolio is still in green. Prasanna is saying my portfolio to green with 10%. Kya baat hai? Very nice. Pushkar is saying grass is greener on the other side, literally. Okay. Ranjit ji is saying correction is only 13% compared to earlier corrections. We are still to go further down. Your views. 21,800 is what I've talked about. And that translates into another 3 to 4% fall, not more than that. Mutual funds green, demat red is what Murli says. Rajesh says, today only my portfolio turned into red. Are. Vikas Saini says my portfolio is in green. Vikas says 52%. Kai. Okay, I think I should stop the poll. Only 300 people have voted. Your names will not come up. No one will understand whether your individual portfolio is in red or green. 1100 or 1200 people are watching and only 300 votes. Shh. Why? Fatafat, give your answers. Chalo, theek hai. I'll end the poll. 61% people say no, not in green, but still 40% people are saying yes in green. Kya baat hai? Chandresh is saying, Acha, they are saying it's green. ठीक है, we should check their portfolios. ठीक है. Aniruddha is saying proudly red. क्या बात है? Mine is green, 5% up. Okay, fantastic. Of course, for those who have been investing for a longer time frame, I'm sure probability that their portfolio will be in green is way higher as compared to anyone who has just started. So don't be in a hurry, I feel. And someone was asking me right now, because of which I asked this question, that their portfolio, his portfolio is in green. So should he be just selling off the stocks, whatever money he could get or she could get? I don't remember who asked this question, but at least I am not selling the stocks right now. See, anyone who has seen this much profit in the portfolio and now only this much is remaining. Similar is the case with me, right? It is not like my portfolio had this much profit and now also it is showing this much profit only. Obviously, profit has drastically reduced. You know, one of my favorite shares, which is not performing well right now. Correct. So with this, of course, even my portfolio is not in like 40%, 50%, 60% in green. It has come down pretty much. So at least I am not. So this is my portfolio. That the one that I'm talking about is the one that I've created post COVID, immediately after COVID. Of course, my earlier portfolio, which is the 2006 portfolio, वो तो अभी side में ही रखा है. Airtel. Check the performance of Airtel. Unfortunately, I can't comment right now. You will have to check. Okay. But Airtel has been really been resilient in this fall. If you check, I mean, if you are comparing Nifty versus Airtel, Airtel has fallen less as compared to Nifty. Have a look at the performance also. Waiting for CAMP's review. Absolutely, yes. That is on the cards. Bajaj Housing Finance, so many people had requested for last time. That is the one I shot today, which will be mostly released tomorrow. So that will be one based on the request that everyone had given. So Airtel is evergreen, is what he's saying. Okay. Rachana is saying all my stocks are from stock of the month. Okay. Can you check Nifty 50 have a bigger head and shoulder pattern in the making? अरे निखिल अजून किती मोठा बिग एंड शोल्डर हेड एंड शोल्डर करतोय नको बस no more head and shoulder patterns now. Nikhil is saying, how was your Trivandrum trip? Hint, I welcomed you on Bangalore airport on early morning. Oh, yes, Acha, you were the person. Fantastic. Good. Absolutely. Today only the news came up. Airtel acquisition of Tata DTH will help in increasing their top line. Absolutely. Airtel has been very much active with Tata DTH. Plus, I think a few weeks ago, they also announced about their plans of getting along with Bajaj Finance. So Bajaj Finance, in fact, it will help them more. But Bajaj Finance also joining hands with Airtel. So, of course, that stock is, again, your views on REC. I want to do a video on that as well. क्या बात है. Thanks for your technical analysis course, ma'am. Made money in this bear market too. Thank you. One page biology. Okay. But yes, I mean, that's the whole thought process. Learn how to do it yourself. It should be a DIY. It's not that tough. That is the reason why all 3 courses, which are a must for anyone and everyone who is wanting to enter stock markets or who is investing in stock markets. One is basics of stock markets. One is fundamental analysis. One is technical analysis. No, you like in schools and colleges, we keep subjects for option. Don't keep these courses for option. Keep these as compulsory subjects. You should do all these 3 courses. All courses are available on my website, rachanaranade.com. Check them out, and I'm sure you'll learn a lot. Those who have a little bit more interest in technical analysis, I'm sure you'll learn a lot through my decoding price action analysis course as well. Oh, kya baat hai. Chandresh says, joined your decoding price action analysis course. I'm sure you'll love it. Do let me know as well, though. That is how you can learn. I mean, it's more about price action. It's more about an advanced course on technical analysis, right? So definitely. I know that there's a gap at 20,300. I really don't. Achha, we will talk about this. Gap at 20,300. Favorite topic of a lot of people. I'll share my view. Could I be wrong? Yes. No one can guarantee that they'll be right always in the stock market. But just to give you some thought process here, can you see that there is a huge gap right here? Big gap, huge gap right here, right? So here you can see 20,300 and then directly 20,506. This gap has not yet been filled till date. And all those bears feel that there are chances that it will reach here, okay, 20,300. Now let's understand that if we were to take this even into consideration, then how much percentage fall would it mean from the top? From the top, it would mean 23% drop almost. Till date, never ever has it happened that a drop of more than 23% has happened, or sorry, a drop of more than 20% has happened just because of reasons like economy slowdown. Okay. Till date, it has never happened. Does it mean that it just can't happen? See, no one can deny anything in stock market, but logically, whatever we have learned till date, I don't see 20,300 being filled. I don't see this being so bad. That's the reason why I've been saying this time and again that 21,800. I don't see it going below this. Okay. Kya baat hai? Who is this? Happenings, TG and AP. Staying in this kind of market without fear because I invested in knowledge first, then chosen the fundamentally strong stocks. Very good. Very good. That's the right way you're doing it. What to buy or sell? I never tell that. Can we buy Hang Seng ETF? Ooh. So for those who might have read about this, that in fact, even in my previous YouTube video, I had mentioned about a theme which was being built up, which was buy China and sell India. If you remember, those who have seen my previous video, there was this theme of buy China, sell India. So a lot of people have been talking about this of, can people like you and me, can we invest in China? So yes, I mean, there is a possibility. Again, not a stock, I mean, not a fund recommendation, please. This is the question that he has asked. Can we discuss Hang Seng ETF? But I'll tell you, there are 4. Let me just quickly search. Yes. So there are 4 ETFs or 4 funds that I can see. One, Edelweiss Greater China Equity Offshore Fund, Axis Greater China Equity Fund of Funds, Mirai Asset Hang Seng Tech ETFs, Nippon India ETF Hang Seng Bs, and maybe even Equitas Far East Trust. Equitas. All these are funds, mutual funds. Some are fund of funds who are investing in Chinese companies. So anyone who feels that this is the theme, buy China, sell India, or buy India and sell, buy India and buy China also. For them, these are the 4 or 5 mutual funds that I gave as an example, which are which are having exposure to Chinese markets as well. SIP on US stocks, please. Not a big fan. I mean, I believe that so much more is available in India. I've not even invested in any of these Chinese funds that I discussed right now as well. But I mean, anyone who is interested can definitely check that out. As a lot of people, by the way, joining as new members as well. Welcome to all these members: Sundaram, Mukhtar, then Nikhil, Manoj. Okay. Jayanti, Vaibhavi, Shreyansh, and Raju. Everyone, welcome to memberships. Anyone who is a pro investor member, new video will release on the 5th. It's a very nice video. Again, you'll get to learn a lot. By the way, in this stock of the month, I have discussed about how to use the price to sales valuation model. I've talked about the fixed asset turnover ratio also in absolute depth in that video. So anyone who wants to learn more, definitely you can consider joining our pro investor membership. Even if you join for 1 month, that should be all right. Try it, see it, experience it. If you feel it's worth it, then you can decide whether you want to renew or not. Okay. Frankly, ma'am, you are लेडी एसआर के स्टॉक मार्केट, सो विथ योर गाइडेंस कितना भी मार्केट कम हो जाए डर नहीं लगता. क्या बात है. Yes, absolutely. March typically is bad for stock market. Your views? Simple. What we can do is we can check right away. Then, if I were to go on a monthly candle, हम ही देखते हैं फटाफट. How has March been in the past? Feb, March. Okay, March 24 was 1.5% up. Okay, March 23. March 23 was 0.32% up. March 22, 3.9% up. And last 3 years, so it has not done badly. Then March 21, 1.1% plus. March 20, so I think we should ignore, for a reason. March 19, 7.5% up. Ooh, okay. So all in all, I hope you have understood that March, in fact, has not been that bad. Typically, what did you say is bad? Not really. We just saw right now. We checked every single monthly candle. So it is not that bad. See, first 2 weeks of March, I checked the monthly candle right now. There's a possibility that weekly candle may show something different. But all in all, on a monthly basis, it has not closed in absolute bad, right? Murli is saying, I feel if you keep buying good stocks at good levels, in the year 2025, you can see immediate results in 2026. Quite possible. Fundamentally strong stocks, if you're buying when the markets are low, that should be definitely a good push to your portfolio. No second thoughts on that. Can't tell about whether this is the right time for averaging any stock or not. Ooh, how to take membership? You just need to go to my YouTube. Pooja, if you can share the link of our YouTube membership. Shashikant, you just have to go to my YouTube channel, click the join button, and that's where you will be given an option: student member, investor member, pro investor member. Go for pro investor member. Okay. All right. I think if you have any questions, 1 or 2 more questions. Otherwise, oh, Rajesh is saying tax harvesting already done in this fall. Absolutely. Cool. So I think this is it. Maybe next month also I'll try to see. I'm not sure whether this is doable or not, but let me see if I can get some registered technical analyst person who is registered with SEBI and who can join in on our channel as a guest. Even though I can talk about technical analysis, still I will not talk because of the guidelines. But the person who is registered technical analyst can be on the show and can answer your queries. And I'll also say, nice. But it will be helpful is what I believe. What do you think that if we have a guest, this is just a random thought in my mind. I don't know anyone. I mean, no names on my mind right now. But I so wish to talk about stocks based on technical analysis, but I can't right now until and unless we get further clarifications from SEBI. As of now, I can't. No, but whoever I had, requested to come on my podcast, I'm not sure those were technical analysts or not. We had discussed only about fundamental analysts, right? So, okay, let's have every week, huh? Guests should be, who will arrange for guests every week? Trump tariffs threats are like share aya kind of a situation. Do you really see that as a threat to Indian markets? These will be like things which will create knee-jerk reactions. So yeah, for some news, it will have some reaction, but not every single time. See, at one point in time we get used to it. When Russia Ukraine war started, and anything which started, any news from Russia, any news from Ukraine, we used to be like, oh baap re, this happened, that happened. And then at one point in time we are like, okay, now this war is going to go on for maybe 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, whatever. Market gets used to certain news. So if he just does that time and again about tariff threats, the overall market will also get used to it, and maybe the reactions ka gravity will be definitely less. Okay, so I hope you've understood this doubt as well. Yeah, absolutely, I can ask him. Sure. Vibhor is SEBI registered. Okay, I'll have to search for people maybe. All right, we will try to see if we can request someone to join in the month of March. And definitely enjoyed taking today's session as well. Learned a lot about Polycab. I hope you got to learn a lot about the impact of UltraTech entering Polycab into the wires and cable space. We did talk about that. We did talk about RBI impact. We did talk about something different today, fixed asset turnover ratio. We did talk about Nifty gap filling theory, 20,300 level, which I don't feel will happen, but still, I did discuss about it. Wanted to know what are the criteria for a stock to be in Nifty. Uh, Purely theoretical. I think there are 5 criterias. One, for example, the stock has to be in the F&O segment. Then there's a criteria for how much is the impact cost. That should not be very high. There are total 5 criteria, if I'm not mistaken. A little bit more theory though. Okay. Fantastic. Okay. So I think this is it. One more gentle reminder: anyone who is in Pune, who is around Pune, who wants to attend the 9th March event, the Harghar Investor event, which is first half is about money management, second half is about stock market, mutual funds. Anyone who wants to come and attend, most welcome. We have a limited capacity. Last time our event got sold out in 3 days. So anyone who wants to attend in the Pune event, please do attend as soon as possible. But as I mentioned, it's yet not live on Book My Show. Anyone who wants to enroll, please check out the Google form given here. Fill the Google form, just your name, email ID, phone number. My team will get back to you. And the session is going to be in English, primarily in English. But of course, me being pure Marathi mulgi at heart, थोडा बहुत मराठी आई जाता है मुझ से, तेवढं मराठी येणारच, त्याला काही इलाज नाहीये. But core concepts will be in English only. Okay. I hope you enjoyed today's session. I will see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Jai Hind and bye bye.